Let's jump right into today's video, and I have some really useful free graphic design resources for you to bookmark and to use in your graphic design workflows. And that begins with this handy tool that helps you choose the right fonts for your project. Yeah, that's right, we can now streamline that decisive process. Now, I talk a lot on this channel about shape psychology and also typography psychology. It's especially important in branding and logo design, and this tool helps with that decision. Now, this tool allows you to think about the attributes of the brand, so things like how serious or friendly you want the design to be, how classic or progressive, and so on. If you cycle through the settings and apply them to your client's project, this tool is going to refine the kind of fonts that will work well for your design. But of course, you don't need to use the exact fonts it shows. It might just simply give you the kind of idea of the typeface style you want to be looking for. And also down here at the bottom, you can select things like just serif or sans serif and so on. Now, this next one is useful for those who work with UI and UX design projects, but also for the average graphic designer too. Now, we can look through various different models of smartphones and also other Apple gadgets, and we can find out the crucial details about the screens and a lot more too. So we're talking about things like resolution, the iOS that is running on that model, but also importantly things like the size of key areas on the screen, such as the status bar, other status bars, and the notch sizes. We do also have some access to other information such as PPI values, aspect ratios, contrast, etc, etc. Again, this is going to be super helpful for those of you who do work on website and app design projects. And you can even compare models and opt for a zoomed version on the screens too in the top right corner. But next, let's look at some high quality SVG patterns using a free tool. So yeah, this tool allows you to make some really cool SVG patterns totally for free. Let's go ahead and select a fill here as opposed to a stroke, and then whack up the color choices to 4. So then you head into a pattern that you like the look of and you play around with these settings here of how much you want to zoom into the pattern, a vertical and horizontal shifting, the angle, and also the amount of colors you want to use. And also, of course, the kind of colors that you want to use. But the really neat thing is that you can download your pattern in high quality SVG files totally for free. Give this one a try yourself and import some really cool patterns into your next project. But the next free graphic design resource in today's video has so much quality information, it's pretty amazing. So basically, you need to either select a color or input the hex color code of your color choice. And right off the bat, we have some basic initial information here showing us things like the complementary color of your choice, the grayscale version, and also the exact makeup of the RGB and CMYK versions. Below that, we can see the names of the closest colors to your choice, as well as the closest Pantone, which is helpful in some instances. But this is just the beginning. Here, below, you can find every single possible value that you could ever imagine that resembles your color in different formats, and you can easily just copy this information. But below that, we have some lovely gradients of the tints, the tones, and also the shades of your color choice, again with the color codes shown below. Then some really neat blending swatches using your initial color. And then moving down, we have color schemes that you might want to use with your choice of color. So things like monochromatic, complementary, split complementary, square schemes, and so on. There's just so many to choose from. And here at the bottom, we have the Pantone colors that are the closest to your choice. And that's just in case the exact closest match isn't desirable. But yeah, there's lots of information you can gather from just one color using this free resource. And next we have here 6,000 free icons that you can download and grab right now. They are really well crafted line icons, and yes, they are totally for free. The designer has kindly given them over on Dribbble, so if you want to show some respect or some love to the designer, you know exactly where to do that. The actual download link is taken away from Dribbble though, and how can you really go wrong with 6,000 free icons? But yeah, lastly, we're going to finish up today's video with a little bit of fun. This is a game that tests your knowledge of fonts as a graphic designer. You simply just input your name and then you begin to guess which font you think matches to the font ID at the top. I'm going to fast forward my attempts at this game, but I will say this, it does get quite a bit tricky as it does pair up fonts that look really similar. There are a few key giveaways that I noticed in my experience as a designer, and that's things like the comma on Helvetica is really unique and it does stand out. But yeah, give this one a try and see what kind of score you end up getting at the end of the game. Mine ended up being 1,550, and I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but hey, it is what it is. You can find this game linked down below along with every other free resource in today's video. But if that's not enough for you and you do want more free resources as a graphic designer, I have videos linked at the end of this one that will take you to more freebies and goodies. And until next time guys, design your future today. Peace.
Tell me all your fantasies, ain't nobody else for me. Hey darling, just stay. Your love helps me maintain. Lay up in this bed all Saturday.